This mayor needs to be removed. The police commissioner needs to know he's lost his police department. Our police officers are in distress, not because they have a difficult job, not because they put themselves in danger, because they realize they're abandoned. The captain has jumped ship. The mayor told him to do it. And the streets are falling into chaos.
The leader of the New York City Police Union denouncing NYPD Commissioner James O'Neill's decision to fire Officer Daniel Pantaleo for what he described as reckless use of a chokehold, leading to the death of Eric Garner 5 years ago. The commissioner denied he had faced any pressure from New York's Mayor Bill de Blasio before reaching that decision. The mayor joins me now. Mr. Mayor, I know you've been busy on the campaign, but this is a front and center issue. First, I wanted to ask you about whether or not there was any pressure and your response to the police union.
Andrea, what I just saw was absolutely a misrepresentation of what's happening in this city. And it's really sad, Andrea, that, you know, a police union leader who could talk about healing and moving forward this city and the relationship between police and community, he's only seeking to divide us for his own political purposes. The 36,000 men and women of the NYPD in uniform are proud professionals. They have driven down crime. 6 years in a row I've been mayor, crime has gone down. We're the safest big city in America. Here was a situation where something happened, an awful thing happened. There had to be accountability. There was a full trial. And Andrea, an NYPD trial. And this really speaks to how this department has changed, how much reform has happened. The first place the Garner family got justice, it wasn't the U.S. Justice Department, it wasn't the district attorney, it was the NYPD itself having a full public trial, and NYPD officials saying, in fact, this chokehold was against our rules, it was wrong, someone died who shouldn't have died, and the officer must be terminated. That is actual accountability, that's actual justice. And people in this city see that, and it actually is going to help us bring police and community together. This is how we actually make change, that we are focused on never letting a tragedy like that happen again, because now every officer in this city has a body camera. Every officer has been taught to de-escalate conflict. Every officer is being given implicit bias training to change the dynamics so there'll never be another Garner tragedy. That's what we should be talking about. How do we make this the last tragedy? But unfortunately, some very few people in the union leadership want to take us backwards, not forward.
Well, the family is also asking for criminal action and also asking for action against other police who were involved in the incident. Is it case closed, or there's more to come?
No, at this point, there's one more trial, and it will also, again, be a public trial held by the NYPD for one of the sergeants involved. That will be concluded this year. That will end all the disciplinary issues being handled by the NYPD. As you know, Andrea, the U.S. Department of Justice walked away 5 years, held everyone else up, did nothing. We're going to put this very, very painful episode behind us, but with people seeing that the NYPD actually created a system for real accountability, I think that's going to be important, not just for New York City, for this whole country, to see that the premier police force in this country is making real changes and reforms. And I think all over this country, Andrea, we need every police officer to be taught to de-escalate conflict, every police officer to get implicit bias training, every officer to be wearing a body camera. We need to leave a very troubled past behind us, because then we can get to the important work of making us all safer, as we've done here, by bringing police and community together with mutual trust, mutual accountability and respect. That's the future for this country.
Now, where do you stand on the debate stage? You've not been able to hit 1% in the latest CNN poll. After 3 months on the trail, if you don't make this debate and the next debates, how long can you stay in the race?
Well, Andrea, I'll tell you this. When I've been on that debate stage, I've gotten a tremendous amount of feedback that people appreciate, that I'm standing up for working people, I'm standing up for labor unions. I'm saying very bluntly that we cannot depend on private insurance companies to give people the kind of health care they actually deserve. Working class people, middle class people struggling with health care plans that don't work for their families. We need universal health care. These messages are really resonating. I'm going to keep getting them out there. And I'll tell you, I hear from a lot of people. There's going to be a lot of people tuning in on Sunday at 7 o'clock. CNN's giving me a televised town hall. people are telling me, keep getting the message out. So if it's not for this next September debate, there's another bite at the apple for the October debate. And anyone who wants to keep a clear pro-working people message out there, please go to BillDeBlasio.com and donate so I can stay on that stage and get that message out.
Mayor Bill de Blasio, thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thanks
Andrea.
for being with us today.